that kind of money.
What would you do to ease your last suffering days on earth? What would you do with $250,000?
I'd buy a wardrobe like Irene Castle's. I'd give it all to charity. Then I'd travel the world first class with all my friends.
I'd buy my wife a fur coat and a diamond the size of New Hampshire.
Whoa.
I'd use it to pay off the mortgage my father took out from my second operation.
Pretty Grace Fryer sits at home,
Suffering bravely through this entire ordeal.
struggling valiantly to keep up her flattening spirit.
All for the sake of her family and her friends.
I try to smile, even though it hurts to smile, but I know if I don't, I'll go crazy.
Tell us, Grace, how does it feel knowing you have such little time left?
I try not to think about it.
But it must get you some time.
Knowing what you've been through, and the company's getting fat off your labor.
And all to say about it is
No comment! Don't you just want to punch somebody?
Oh no, that won't do any good. I just try to think about what will happen when justice prevails. Maybe I can send my folks on a trip. They never did have no honeymoon.
Aww. What a fine example of womanhood. We can only aspire to bear our cross as nobly in life as this young, sick girl.
Gentlemen, I have treated a number of girls who claimed that they got sick here. One of them, their jaw was so rotten I was able to pick it up simply by removing it out of the mouth, as you can see.
That's all right, Dr. Knef. You can put that away now.
Well, maybe you'd rather take a look at the x-rays. Now, this was an expensive case, and I never did get no compensation. The girl died! Her family never paid!
I sympathize, Dr. Knef, but what does this have to do with us?
Well, here it is straight. There's going to be a lot more girls claiming they got sick here. So I'm proposing that me and you do business. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, that sort of thing.
I'm not following.
Well, suppose you were to give me a list of all the girls who work here. I would see to it that you wouldn't get any more lawsuits.
You think you can cure them?
No. I couldn't cure them. No, I'm saying I scratch your back, you scratch my back.
How so, Dr. Knef?
Well, I would examine them for radium necrosis and then come up with a more favorable diagnosis for you. Pyorrhea, let's say, or something else. Now, a lot of these girls are going to die a natural death anyways. Well, the rest we can put off until the statute of limitations kicks in, and they can't sue us.
You'll persuade them they haven't got a case against the company.
Exactly. And if it does come to court, I can just simply testify there was some other problem. Well, that would be strong testimony coming from the dentist that observed them in the first place. All right?
And what makes you so sure these girls will come to you?
They'll come to me if I don't charge them anything.
Because we'd be paying you.
Exactly, Mr. Reader. I think you and I are on the same page.
Exactly what are you asking for, Dr. Knef?
Good question. I need about $10,000 for my troubles so far, and for every girl I see from here on out, $2 for every visit, plus expenses for x-rays. I think this should be a gentleman's agreement. No records needed.
No.
All right, fine. Put it right. Jeez.
We'll do nothing of the sort. Your proposal is immoral. We will have nothing to do with it.
Moral, you say?
Mr. Lee,
You don't want to be talking about morals when you got your own goons ready to testify.
those are expert witnesses.
Expert witnesses, paid lackeys is more like it. And believe me, none of them's got the dirt that I got. If you're smart, Mr. Reader, you play ball with me. There's plenty of other people who want this information I have.
You're threatening me.
No, I'm not threatening you, Mr. Reader. I'm just looking out for my own interests. Same way you look after yours.
Mr. Lee, see Dr. Knef to the door.
All right, you don't want to play ball, fine. But believe me, when this whole thing shakes out, I'm not going to be the one holding the short end of the stick. Dear girl, I read about you in the Billings Gazette. Now, I run the 100 head of cattle up here and do very well by myself. Now, I have always longed for a companion and well equipped to give you a comfortable home in your final hours. A girl like you has suffered so much. Don't you think you deserve a few fleeting hours of happiness? Sincerely, your admirer, Leonard F. Watkins. P.S. Enclose my picture.